I'm Liz from Caravan Guard Insurance. Before towing a caravan, there's a lot to remember and check, both inside and outside, to make sure you're safe on the road and to avoid a costly caravan insurance claim. It's also easy to forget essential items, so that's why it's a great idea to have a pre-towing checklist. These checks can be vital for a pleasant and safe tow, for vehicle safety, and to make sure nothing gets accidentally damaged. It's also worth mentioning that these checks should be performed no matter how short the towing journey and should be carried out every time you leave home, a storage site, or when leaving a campsite at the end of your holiday. So let's make a start and head inside. Start by checking that all cupboards, lockers, drawers and wardrobes are closed and locked. If you have internal doors, make sure these are closed too, or fastened in place. Also make sure heavy items like tins and bottles are secured and if possible stored low down. We receive many insurance claims where items have dropped out of cupboards, smashing worktops, hob covers and even shower bases. Lower the TV antenna, making sure it's level and facing the correct way. Usually this is facing backwards, not forwards. This is also a good time to switch off the TV amplifier too. Switch the fridge over to use 12 volts. Some modern fridges might do this automatically when the car is plugged in. Some fridges might also show an error message detailing that the tow car is not connected. Make sure the fridge door is closed. Some fridges come with a latch that can be fastened in place to prevent the door from opening during your travels. Check your fridge handbook for details on this feature. Also make sure any bottles are secure in the fridge, particularly milk bottles, as you don't want to spillage when you get on site. If you have a microwave with a rotating plate, remove this and store in between cushions or in a plate rack wrapped in a tea towel. Check all roof lights are closed and latched. Physically test the handle of each roof light to make sure it's closed correctly and that the latch is locked into place. Once done, double check each window is closed correctly too. Switch off the heating and hot water at the heating control panel. Switch off the pump switch at the main control panel, then open all the taps halfway between hot and cold. If you've been away in your caravan, perform a quick drain down. With the taps open, open the yellow drain taps to allow the hot water tank, the pipes and any onboard tanks to drain fully. While the caravan is draining down, it's now a good idea to switch off the light switch, then turn the 12 volt master switch off too. So that's everything inside the caravan now checked. Make sure the caravan is loaded correctly for towing, with heavy items over the axle on the floor and nothing in the overhead cupboards that can fall out or that has some weight to it. Now it's time to head outside and disconnect the services. If on a campsite or if hooked up in storage, disconnect the electric hookup cable from the electric post first and coil this up. A top tip is to wipe the cable clean with a cloth as you wind it up, also feeling for any damage on the cable. Switch off the gas at the gas cylinder. Remember, gas bottles like the propane variety have a reverse thread, so you'll need to turn the valve the opposite way. Empty the fresh and wastewater containers, remove the pump and store this in the kitchen sink. The connection hoses for the wastewater should also be rinsed before storing to keep them as clean as possible. Empty the toilet cassette at the nearest service point and also drain the flush tank too. It's worthwhile just running the flush pump to remove any last residue of liquid from the pump hosing, leaving it nice and dry. Remove all your security devices. This includes any wheel clamp or axle wheel lock, your hitch lock and any other security items you may have fitted, like corner steady locks. Check your car and caravan tyre pressures now, and if you have one, switch on the tyre pressure monitoring system to start reading your tyre pressures. Using a torque wrench, check the torque on the caravan's wheels. Details of the correct settings should be documented either on the side of the caravan or in your handbook. Before continuing with the next steps, double check the caravan handbrake is fully applied or that wheel chocks are in place. Raise all the corner steadies, and if you have any pads under the steadies, retrieve these now so you don't forget them. If you're on level ground, why not check the nose weight of the caravan? It's a good check to perform as it will give you a clear indication of how well the caravan is loaded. With the tow car in position and with its tow ball under the caravan hitch, attach the breakaway cable to the car. Lower the caravan onto the tow bar, then once connected, check the connection between the car and caravan by winding the jockey wheel up to lift up the back of the car. Then wind the jockey wheel down and stow away. Connect your electrics cable, either the two 7-pin variety or the 13-pin single plug. If you have ATC on your caravan, check this is now a solid green. Lower the stabiliser handle into position to engage the friction pads, then release the caravan's handbrake. If you have used a motor mover to position the caravan near the car, disengage this now from the caravan wheels and store the remote control away for safekeeping. Also, if you've used chocks to hold the caravan on levelling ramps, remove these and store them now, along with any levelling ramps. With the car and caravan now connected, check all outside lockers are closed and locked. Make sure external flaps like the water inlet, barbecue point and electric hookup point are also closed and locked. Finally, lock the main door. On the towing vehicle, connect and adjust the towing mirrors, making sure you can see clearly down each side of the caravan. Finally, perform a simple lights check to make sure all the external lights are working correctly on both the tow car and caravan. As a quick sanity check, double check the connection between the car and caravan. Make sure you have everything you need in the car, such as a sat-nav, water and snacks, and that people and pets are secured correctly. And before pulling forward from the pitch or storage plot, make sure that there's nothing left behind. So there you go. There might be other items like adding a towing cover or taking up automatic levelling systems if you use such things. If you don't have your own pre-towing checklist, you can download one from the Caravan Guard website. It includes all the checks in this video, and it's a great way of making sure you don't forget things to do before towing your caravan. You can even add some of your own checks to the list. We hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching and happy towing.